Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's Jonathan here and I'm absolutely buzzing after a 5-1 victory over Brighton. God, doesn't that feel good, folks? The sweet, sweet smell of success. Yeah, brilliant. Look, life is always wonderful when the Reds win. And particularly if we all kind of get out of our high emotion that we have at the moment and we crawl back to when the team announcement came earlier on and we saw the team lineup. And then even more so when we saw the way that the team set up at the start of the game. And like, bear in mind, we had Lovren, who's been under the scrutiny a little bit recently. That's well documented. And then you have the other two midfielders playing alongside him, Imre Can and Gini. And look, we all look, I'll put it this way, there wasn't many of us that thought we were going to win 5-1 then, was there? So yeah, and even the way we started the game, it was very, very clear that this was a new system. Those players were a little bit unsure. It definitely took us a little while to kind of get grasp of, what system we were doing and where the players should be going, etc., etc. So there was definitely, the first start of the game was, I know we have been starting a little more cagey the last while, that little professional Reds that we've spoke of many, many times. But, I thought it was even more so today. And, it was a case of, it was helped as well, or kind of not helped in a way, the way Brighton set up so defensively. And, they had no intention of even pressing us or anything like that, or getting up the pitch. They were sitting really, really deep. And, for large periods of the start of the game there, you had literally our back three kind of passing the ball back and forth to each other. There was no pressure. They literally didn't squeeze past the halfway line. So it was a cagey, kind of slow start to the game. We had a lot of possession, didn't really have a lot of chances, a couple of half chances here and there, but nothing really happened. And then we scored from a corner and, it was great that the game kind of completely changed then. And what I'll say is, whatever about people can rightly say about Emery's lack of commitment in terms of, signing the contract or the lack of the contract, and look, that's another day's discussion. What's going to happen there? It looks like he's going to leave in the summer, but you could not doubt his commitment for that header. Like, he literally jumped over two people and just got his nut on it, and he clearly wanted that ball a bit more. And they're not weak little attacking strikers or anything like that. They're big. Like, Duffy's a big guy. We've seen how powerful he has been in the air, and he smashed past him and just a bullet of a header. And that really set the course of the whole game then, because after that, we hardly had finished celebrating, and we're straight through up the pitch again. And I think it's 20 seconds of playing time later, we're 2-0 up after a beautiful move away. And you have Salah again, burst through with the ball, plays to Coutinho, lovely bit of ball back to Bobby, who just tucks it in. And we're flying. It's just beautiful. That counter attack that we have is absolutely blistering pace, and it's an absolute joy to watch. And it's a complete contrast to the way our team is set up at the moment. You look at the top half from midfield forward, we have bucket loads of options. You look at Man, he didn't play. Chamberlain only come on. Slanky, Sturridge, etc. Loads of options. But at the back, we're really, really struggling. Gomez has, I think, he's a virus. Clavin is still getting over his injury. Mapici is out for a month. So we were left with, as I said, I think possibly the guys mentioned at halftime, is there a smaller centre half ever to play for Liverpool than Gini? And it's interesting. I think Paul touched it at halftime there. It's a winger converted to a number 10, converted to a centre midfielder, converted to the left, a right-footed player playing to the left side of a 3 away from home in a system that we haven't really used recently. So you have to bear that all in mind. And Gini did an absolutely brilliant tackle there on Murray at one stage. Now, you could argue he was a little bit out of position perhaps, but he got back and he got the tackle in and fluffed it. And it was one of those games where it could have been a hell of a lot different. Murray had to, I know he got the penalty, but that one in the first half, there was another little scare then in the second. I think when Chan got the little nick on his groin then trying to block it. But, there was a couple of little moments like that. And if ever a moment kind of summed up our fortune or our play today, it was Bobby's second goal. The ball has come through. They kind of rip us open, to be fair. And Murray's very unlucky. Mingele makes a brilliant save, an absolutely brilliant save. I've given him stick recently and in the past, but that was a brilliant save. And we just go straight down the pitch. And it's beautiful movement from Salah, like the way he comes in and then he just tucks himself to the left and then plays it back to Bobby, who finishes it beautifully. And we all saw midweek about Bobby leaving the goal for Manny, but there was no stopping him today, was there? he definitely got his goal bonus today, and he absolutely rifled that home. And it was just, you could see the air being sucked out of Brighton. You know, it was just one of those moments where it's like bang, 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 here we go. And then possibly one of the strangest penalty decisions I've seen. Now I am look, it's the game is just literally just finished. The emotions are still high. I'll have to look back at it with a little bit more of a cooler head. But to me, that penalty decision seemed very, very strange. It's one of those where you have to watch it a couple of times and you're like, is it for that? No, can't be for that. Is it for that? No, can't be. Or has to be for that. It was just confusion. Like fans, players on both sides, nobody seemed to know what was going on. And, you know, watching it back, strange. Like they seemed to be coming together between Duffy and Henderson, and then maybe there was contact, but it was strange. And Murray, to be fair to him, tucks the penalty away, and you know, it feels like, is this going to be a typical Liverpool performance where, you know, we have to hang on, we have to have this scare, we can't do things the easy way. We've seen recent leads being hacked away, and we've lost recently leads, and that's all been well discussed more and more. But you know, there was that little bit of moment where they did, you know, because they got the goal, they got a bit more life, they attacked a little more, they made a couple of changes, they pressed at us, but then Coutinho took over again, and you know, you almost lose track of all the goals. But he comes back, and you know, gets the free kick, and you know, you're watching him, and you know, I think there was 10 people in the wall, and he did, like we've seen him do it a couple of times. I remember West Ham away in the cup a couple of seasons ago, and he's done it a couple of other times. He just beautifully waits for everyone to jump and just tucks it along the floor, and it's just a beautiful. It's like he is that one player that is capable of little pieces of magic like that. And then his second goal, God, it's hard to keep track of them all. His second goal, I'm giving it to him as well. That's never an OG. It's firmly a Coutinho goal in my mind. He literally just gets the ball and runs and runs and runs. And by this stage, you know, the Brighton's midfield, you know, Stevens there, they're just gassed. They're absolutely gassed. They've been getting the run around all day. And he just keeps going, and then, you know, he takes a shot, gets a little bit of deflection, and it's a goal. And 5-1, folks. What can you say? Job done. It's another game where we've made changes. We've got a good result. You know, the last 3 games in a row have been changes, more changes, and more changes. And you know, consider, as I said at the start, if you looked, when you saw our team announcement and when you saw the team set up that shape at the start of the game, not many of us thought it would be 5-1. Like I think we all anticipated that there might be problems with that defence, but we never really give them an opportunity to put us under really sustained pressure to be uncomfortable really at any stage. And you know, we march on. We've got over this little tricky run of games, and look, I don't need to stress how important next week is. You know, it's the Moscow game for Champions League qualification, then it's the derby, and Everton have won again, and you know, there's going to be the big Sam Allardyce, you know, all that rubbish talk that's going to come to it. But look, we've done what we have to do. Let's hope we get some defenders back on the pitch, because you know, we're desperately short of defenders at the moment. I don't think we can. I wouldn't like to go through another game like that where you have to have such a makeshift back line. But yeah, look, I want to give a shout out as well to Robertson. You know, long time him waiting for a game. You know, I thought he took his chance very well. You know, there's little cages where maybe he's a little bit rusty, but by and large he did a very good game, and you certainly couldn't fault his work rate or his commitment. You know, I remember even stages in the first half there where he's bombing forward. You know, he's coming through, he's pressing high up. He was always a constant outlet down the left wing, and he had a decent game. Like he was never exposed or anything like that. So yeah, all in all, just a brilliant day out. And you know, shout out again to the travelling Cup fans. You know, just constant noise throughout. I even saw the pyros there at one stage, and of course the Manny Christmas song got another bit of play at the end. It was just beautiful, and very, very envious of the guys, and some of my mates are there singing their hearts out, no doubt having a great night. But yeah, no, all in all, look, as I said, life is wonderful when the Reds win, and the Reds have won 5-1 today, so we're happy out. Stand by, I'll be back shortly with the player ratings and the phone-in show. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Redmen TV, and I will talk to you all very soon. Up the Reds!
Christmas merchandise out now. Click the annotation on the left hand side of the screen or the link in the description. Last Christmas, oh my word, have you seen this design? Could you imagine how many Evertonians you will piss off by wearing this at the dinner table on Christmas Day? Oh yes!